Hello. Welcome to the stream. So, last week we got more work done on the character controller. So now he pretty much always moves in the correct direction. Well, that was... he moves in the correct direction when you're targeting. Side hops are working, backflips are working, jump attacks are working, and then rolling is working when you're targeting. I do still need to figure out why sometimes the sometimes the sword attack animations don't trigger correctly. And also the jump attack doesn't seem to be doing any damage, which is strange. So we'll look into that real quick. What are these debugger errors saying? Alright. Yeah, I don't care about that. Alright. First things first, we will look into why jump attack not doing damage. Jump slash. So we do have, and that's the hand attachment one. So it should be active here. And it should remain active until the end of the animation. So let me check some of the other ones. Sword attack A. False, becomes true here, and it's false again here. That one stays true for quite a while longer. So why in our jump slash it should be true from this point on. What if we turn physics interpolation on? I need to I do need to add a void out trigger. So it's probably gonna be in damage. We'll put it in obstacles. Script called void area. It's gonna inherit from area 3D. Class name void area. And then we want to add in our outdoor world and child void area. Area 3. Add the void area script there. It does need a collision shape 3. It's gonna be a box. It's gonna be very large. I'm gonna move it down a bit. What's this? It's got a box. And it's gonna be pretty big. We'll make it like 500 by 500. And gonna give so it will mask player. Will mask enemy. There's enemy. There we go. Here we're gonna have body entered. And we'll say if body is player character controller. I moved my microphone a little bit, and my tracking was a little funky in new position. Okay, we'll say player. Bar player is equal to player character controller. As player. Oh, body is player character controller. And then, in our player character controller, I'm gonna have a var vector3 or origin position, and then var origin rotation. So vector3, and then we don't have that on ready, do we? Nope. Func. Yeah. We'll say origin position equals global position, origin rotation equals global rotation, and then we'll have a reset. Func reset. And this will say global position equal to origin position, global rotation is equal to origin rotation. And then we'll say velocity equals vector3 dot 0. And then in our void out trigger here, we'll say player dot reset. So if I jump here, I reset. And then we'll also, let's see. I'm gonna have a variable called damage player on void out true. It's a boolean. It's true. That's an int. And then we'll also have export var other damage amount. So if you're not the player, you're gonna take an infinite amount of damage, which will be kind of fun. I could probably, actually I'll just cap it at 100. Just to make sure anything that's not the player that falls off dies. Let's see. Let's see, how is the damage area working? If we're seeing children, if C is health. That's enough. If C health var H equal to C is health H dot take damage other amount, and then let's say player dot in the player, we're gonna have a reference to the health, just because we probably want it later. Export var player health. Did I not? Player health take damage, player damage amount. If should damage player on going out. Alright. So if I fall off the edge, oop, I never actually assigned the damage here, or the health, I should say. Player health. Go. and then also if I throw a pot off the edge. Interesting. I would have expected that to take damage. It's not on the enemy layer. Guess that makes sense. But if I push these off the edge, they will, because they are on the enemy layer. I can jump off and take damage. Alright. Whoa. I feel like this should be doing damage to the... Let's look and see. Alright. Monitoring is false. I didn't key the wrong sword, did I? No. Okay. I don't have two instances of that attack animation in the player, do I? Let's see. So, sword jump slash. This should be there. Let's see, sword attachment slash sword. Monitoring. False. Hi Kieran, how's it going? Apparently this is a bug with Godot's animation tree. Cool. Love it. Like, I don't get why. So the property's changing there. It's not changing. It's changing there. Nice. Things are good. I'm making good progress on my game. My affiliate-versary is next Tuesday, so that's exciting. I've been working on character movement, which is like mostly working. And I have like backflipping, and I just added a jump slash. But I'm trying to figure out why my my damage on the jump slash isn't working. But yeah, I have jump slash and side hop and backflip. And I just added a void out trigger for when you fall off the map. I got bombs so you can blow stuff up. Can smash pots. So that's how you know it's a real Zelda game. Bird Bros. I need to make it so the when I lock on it doesn't snap and it like smoothly rotates, but I also have it set up so when you have a target, it like puts the camera part way between the player and the target. But if you don't have a target, it just puts it behind the character. You can do side hops and jump slashes when you don't have a target. So really like the main things with the current character controller that aren't quite working. Yeah. He doesn't always like animate walking in the correct direction when he's locked on. Which shouldn't be too hard to fix. But it was less interesting than some of the other stuff I wanted to do, so I put it on the back burner. But yeah, it's really coming along. And I have like animation layers, so I can, you know, it plays the run animation with the lower body while holding something with the upper body. It's a little janky right now, but it's something. I plan on redoing all the animations anyway. These are all from Mixamo. I just wanted to get something working. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this project. I also figured out that I should probably, instead of specifically referring to this as a Wind Waker Master Study, I should probably just say Zelda Master Study, because I think a lot more people have Zelda in their like search keyword terms that they use than have specifically Wind Waker. I think more people might find it that way. But yeah, this is it's getting to the point where I'm like kind of wanting to, you know, I wasn't ever planning on using Link or anything in it. I always plan on having my own character. But at this point, I'm kind of like, what if I just make it my own game? And like, you know, it's inspired by Zelda, but I've learned most of what I had planned on learning from recreating the gameplay. And so I'm kind of ready to just yeah, that's a great video. I did a similar thing here where I was playing around with like doing some custom UVs with some like trim sheet and tiling textures to kind of see how they did it. Where like the center of the path is a tiling texture, and then or it tiles horizontally. But yeah, they do some really cool stuff with the texturing in Wind Waker, for sure. I'll open up my Blender file, I'll show you. So, hide links, environment, here we go. Oh, my textures got disconnected. Let's see. So this is path tiling. Grass and circle path. There we go. So this one was like where I was trying to learn how they did some of that stuff. So go into UV editing and look at specifically like grass tiling. So it's like kind of a mess, but the way that I modeled and did the UVs, you can kind of see it. Path tiling. So I like, you know, mostly kept these parts in the center, but I threw in some triangles to kind of help curve the geometry, and then this is the circle path. Let me look at the I think they have it on textures resource. GameCube. Here we go. Texture. Yeah. So I was referencing this. So you see they have like a circle section, they have a tiling grass section, and then they have a path section. And so the grass tiles in all 4 directions, and then this one tiles horizontally, and then they also have stuff like this where they have like this part tiles with this part, but then they have this grass section in the middle. And then let's see. Yeah, the way they do the ocean water is pretty cool too. I haven't set out to make that yet, but it's on my list. I thought I had just a different resource that had more of the textures, but yeah, and this is like the tree. I'm not sure what that shading is. I don't know if that's like somehow the vertex colors got baked onto it when they ripped it, because I don't think it has that shading in the actual texture. And they use this wood texture everywhere. So much stuff has that wood. And the stone as well. And the sand. You get a lot of mileage out of those. Anyway. Yeah, it was fun to learn how they did that stuff. So why oh why is my jump slash. Does it have to do with the animation tree itself? Okay, if I can't have these both open at once, can I? Yeah, that's another thing where I'm like, if I was doing this in Unity, I could figure this out much quicker. But for whatever reason, things are like just different enough. Yeah, those trim sheets, super powerful. So this is sword jump slash. That's correct. Play mode forward. Use custom time. Maybe that's what I want. Yeah. Ratchet and Clank, sort of. He is a little Lombax looking, but he's a Lynx because he's like Link but slightly off. How you doing, Dark Sass? I'm trying to figure out why sometimes my sword doesn't have a damage trigger on it. Long day. Yeah, so Kieran, I'm using Unreal for another project, so I feel your pain. Doing a lot of stuff in a lot of game engines. So my Vipo is done in Unity, and then this game is Godot, and then Unreal for a work project. I also had to do a custom build of Unreal from the source, which is kind of funny. So that's why does sometimes he goes super far when he does his jump attack, and other times he doesn't. Oh, I wonder if like the first frame of the attack he like inherits the walk velocity maybe. But yeah, in order to get builds working from Unreal for redacted platform, I had to get source code access for Unreal and do a custom build, which is very painful. It took forever. But I am able to get it to build to the redacted platform hardware. So that's cool. Come on, why are you being so silly? Yeah, I might need to come up with a better way of triggering the damage trigger, not trying to do it through the animations. Yeah. Oh yeah, so one other thing I need to add is blocking while moving when you're locked on. Doing the recentering. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna tween this instead of just setting it. All right, have some fun doing art. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. have a good lurk. And then say 0.7, well, 0.25. And then get rid of this. Why does it do that? Sometimes it goes the long way. I do also need to reset the horizontal rotation. How? So I have it in another project. I have the lock-on tweening working better. Let's look at how I do it there. Alright, so camera rating, reset camera. So I store a reference to camera tween. So that's probably a good idea to do. So have var cam set tween. And then we say if camera reset tween. Set between kill and set tween, create tween. Instead of rotation degrees, what if we do global rotation? Still spinning all the way around. What if we... Hi Fulbaka, how's it going? That made it worse. Good. Have a good relax. Alright. What if I just do a negative player rotation? Maybe we just want player rotation. I am working on a handful of things. One of them is getting the transition when you press the lock-on button to be more smooth. But right now it's flipped from what it needs to be. So it was kind of jarring before. Also looking into why jump attacks aren't doing damage. And I did add a void out trigger here. So if you fall off, you reset. What if we just say vector 3, 0? Because this should be local, not global. Well, let's see. That's global 0. I just need rotation, not global rotation. Okay, maybe I need to make it 180. Wee. Let's try. I probably need to do degrees to radians. There we go. That's better. Not quite better, actually. Because it needs to be in the direction the player's facing. It does need to be global, I think. Global rotation, that line. Player rotation, global rotation. set this back to global rotation. Let's see how that works. There we go. That's doing what we want. We might need to make it a little faster. And we also need to do the horizontal rotation, or the vertical rotation. And actually doing this tween in the camera rig itself might be better. Also say how did this work again? What did we call that? Camera rig dot rotation offset. I'm gonna go in here, check off that smoothly move camera one locking on. Jump slash. Close some of these because they are crowding. Don't need a pot. Don't need that. Disabling physics interpolation per node, hovering on your gradient control, and turning physics interpolation on and off. Teleporting a node to a distant position, temporarily disable it. Physics interpolation mode. Invalid. Oh, it crashed. Interesting. I wonder if because it's an imported animation. Dummy animation. So I might need to make that an actual property in the animations in Blender. Maybe? So it works there. Alright, so I think I did notice one thing in our jump slash here. We're saying velocity is player velocity. Alright, so if I zero it out before we jump attack, I think that fixes the issue where if I'm walking at the start of the jump slash, it doesn't add my existing velocity. So that's good. I also think just overall I need to reduce the distance that we travel when we do these moves. So like each of these tiles here is like 1 meter. So it's like a 5 meter side hop. It should probably only be like 3 at most, maybe 2.5. And then backflip, I think is also like, I think it's 4. Jump slashes. Yeah, that's 5.5 there. Okay, let's set that to 3. We'll set side hop. That's 8. That does not need to be 8. Let's set that to 4 maybe. And then backflip. 2.5. Yeah, that feels less wild. This might need to be a little bit more though. Okay, I think I went too far with that one. Jump slash forward speed. 4. The backflip might also go a little too high. Maybe? I mean, he does need to clear ground, but yeah, it's not enough. It's gotta be at least 4. I think some of it too is the animation is too slow. Yeah, I need to look at Wind Waker a little bit more to see how the jump attack works, because I think what I need to do is I need to split it into maybe 3 parts. So we'll have the part where we're going up for the jump, and then we'll have the part where the sword is out, and the sword will stay out until we land. And then have a little bit of recovery on the ground before we can move again. I think that's how it works in Wind Waker. I also think it'd be cool to get the parry dodge sort of thing that Wind Waker has, where like during a part of an enemy attack, it will like the enemy attack will have a signal that we'll listen for, and it will allow us, like it'll give us the option to do our counter attack dodge thing during a certain window. So the enemy attack will have like, you know, start being able to parry and then stop being able to parry in different parts of the animation. And I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that. Do I want it to be more like the one in Wind Waker, where it just has a button prompt that appears and you press the button and then you do a little dodge and attack? Or do I want to make it more like Twilight Princess, where that is actually a move that you get where you dodge and then attack? I like that Wind Waker has a really solid just like base combat set, but I also like the special ability moves that you get in Twilight Princess, and you unlock them, like the finishing blow and the shield bash, stuff like that. I think is neat. Because I'm getting to the point where I'm not going to say I'm getting bored with trying to one-to-one remake the gameplay of Wind Waker, but I kind of want to make it my own thing. Take the parts that I like from a handful of games, handful of Zeldas, not just Wind Waker. So I think that's what I might start doing. And I want to come up with a story and a world for this character, and eventually a name, so I'm not just calling it my Godot Zelda thing. But yeah, some of the other character controller things I want to add before I move on. I want to add climbing ladders, climbing up a ledge and then chivying left and right along the ledge, climbing over the ledge, and then pushing and pulling blocks. And I think, the collection of items. So like when I open the chest, having him hold the item above his head with the text box. And I think if I get those things in, maybe also swimming, but I'm not 100% sure I want swimming. But yeah, I've got like most of the movement in. I want to get a few more things, and then I can start like building more things that I can interact with that don't necessarily need a custom character state. I might also want to add a spin attack. Let me go into these attacks here and say, all three attacks are using the same script. So if I am I using player character controller anywhere in this script? I don't think I am, but so if I just set can move to false when we enter and can move to true when we exit, that should fix the... yeah. So now we can't turn while we're attacking. I can mark fix attacking while turning as done. I had made a note that I wanted to have the ability to toggle lock on to be like you just click it once to lock on instead of holding it. I'm gonna revisit that later because I don't want to do that right now. So now the only thing left for the lock-on stuff is making the strafe animations play the correct direction, and then maybe also limiting and some of this also might come down to when I combine the walk and run states, because I think what I might want to do is make it so when you're locked on, you can't move your run speed, you only move your walk speed. But again, that kind of comes down to, I'm gonna make a note of that in the card that I made for combining walking and running. Where did I? Cool. I currently have 61 items in my backlog. So yeah, I want to make a door and a locked door. Probably also a key for the locked door. I'm gonna at some point redo the character. Not yet. Combat states. We kind of mostly have that done. Lock-on system. I'm gonna send this to the board and just call it done. Because it's kind of a duplicate of existing. I'm trying to get better at staying on top of my my cards. My task list. It really helps me know to be working on the right thing. Alright, have a good sleep, Kieran. Thanks for hanging. Hope you had a good lurk. I'm probably gonna wrap up in a little bit as well. I'm still very bothered by why the animation for my sword attacks is Change the update mode on the animation track to discrete. How does that work? Is that a setting in the animations? Let's see. Maybe it's because I didn't add the rest values. But here it's showing getting works. When you're doing 3D. I think if I set these to continuous instead of discrete. I'm going to look at the remote scene and see if those are actually changing. Sword. Monitoring is false. Yeah, it never. Then for the jump slash, it's never. Monitoring is never getting set to true. Why is that? It's so strange. Oh, I turned off this track. There we go. Well, that was silly. I got confused and I disabled the animation track that the jump slash was on. Still can't really tell if it's doing damage, but okay, it is getting turned on, so there's at least that. I think it's just because the animation finishes before it would make contact, so it's not actually doing damage. Okay, so I don't think those need to be set to continuous now. I think they can be discrete. And I do not think they should be continuous because it's if it's set to continuous, it's setting it every frame, whereas discrete, it only sets it when it changes, which is what we want. We don't want it being set every single frame. Okay, it did damage. Damage to the pot. I kind of got lucky because it was kind of to the side, but... I probably need to make the trigger on the sword a little bit bigger too. Just to make sure that it does make contact when it needs to. So let me go and do that now. I think if I just like fatten it up a little bit and make it a little bit longer. Because I think you can get in a spot where like the tip of the sword looks like it should hit, but it doesn't quite. So making the trigger a little bit bigger is good for that. It's funny, these probably shouldn't be rigid bodies. But they can be destroyed by the void out trigger. Alright, couple things I want to do real quick before I wrap up while I'm in here. In our lock-on check. Set duration is equal to float, and it's going to be equal to 0.15, and then we will, instead of this tween here, instead of that 0.25, we'll do tween duration, reset duration. That way, if we want to change it, it's easier. We don't have to change it in two places, or even in the code. We can change it in the inspector. Also, I want to instead of making this 0, I want I want it angled down just a little bit. So it's gonna be vector 3, 0. Or no. We do want to look at the camera rig. Camera rig. Rotation offset. So maybe like 15 degrees. default. -15. Yeah, that's a little better. Appears as though it's no longer colliding with the ground. Why is that? Oh, collision mask is set to nothing. There we go. I think it'd be fun to add the like being able to tilt the shield in different directions when you're shielding, when you're not locked on. Nice. I was able to defeat that cube with a jump attack. Alright, it appears as though the bombs are on layer 1, which they probably shouldn't be. Let's see. Bomb. Solid shape. I think if it's not on layer 1, it will fall through the floor, maybe? No. So aside from being able to like bump and push the bomb around, that's much better. Now it doesn't mess with the camera. Let me take it out. I'm gonna make a couple notes of things I want to fix. Gonna put them in as bugs. it so bomb can't push player placed. And then we'll say when make throw force based on distance while locked on, and make jump slash distance based on, and then do also want in this jump slash. Okay, we figured out why the trigger's not working, but we do also want to allow jump slash while falling. So if we're in a falling state and we press the attack button, we should do a jump slash. Couple other movement related things I want to add. I'm gonna add it to the backlog though. Let me just make sure I don't have it in here already, because I might. Okay, so I added ladder climbing, ledge hang, ledge shimmy, ledge climb, block push, block pull. Actually, I'm gonna delete this and this, and I'm just gonna call this block push pull. Ladder will have start climbing, ladder idle, up, climb down, and climb over top. And release. And then I guess I'll also simplify these. Ledge hang. Ledge grab. Hang. Shimmy left, right. Same for swim. I think we just want so we'll have like swim idle, swim forward slow, and swim forward fast. And maybe dive. I don't think I have these other ones that I was thinking about adding. So I want a task for small ledge step up. So if you push forward into a small ledge, you should just step up onto it. It shouldn't require like jumping or anything. And then we also want like a medium ledge hop up. So I'm imagining like a small ledge is like ankle, a little bit higher than ankle, and then ledge hop is like knee height, where you don't necessarily want to like do the ledge hang and climb. You just want to get the player to the top automatically if they're pressing into the ledge. Or step or whatever. So yeah, I think that covers most of what I want to add to the character for now. Oh, I also want to add spin attack, but I closed hack and play. Spin attack. Alright. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here, maybe. Who should we raid? Korhawk, you're not streaming today, are you? I can wait a few minutes if you are. Hey, you want me to raid in? I don't remember what days you stream, and that's on me. We'll raid Dan Jones, I think. He's streaming Banjo-Kazooie. Let's go say hi to Dan. Hope y'all have a good weekend, and hope I see you all next week for my affiliate-versary on Tuesday. All right. Have a good one. Bye.